Hello, hello, and we are really just going to do a few random answers on the 7-2 assignment. Please make sure you're just checking your work that you've already finished and not copying down answers. That is of zero use. So this is for checking things that have already been done. Here we go. I'm going to scooch real fast. And here we are, the 7-2 assignment. We talked about a lot of these in class. We should recognize that this is a positive slope. It's going up and to the right. And if we start at this dot and go up 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3, the positive 2 is here on top, and the positive 3 is there on the bottom. Up means a positive, over to the right means a positive. Here is number 2. We're starting, again, with the left-handmost point that we can get, and we're going to go down 4 and over 1. The down 4 part is where we get the negative. The over 1 part is a positive 1. It's still a negative slope, though, because that's a negative number. And yes, I would take the negative 4 just all by itself, but it's good to think the 4 over 1 for these problems. Vertical straight up and down. That would mean that you have a 0 on the x value on the bottom, and you can't divide by a 0, so you get undefined slope. Vertical line is undefined. Flat horizontal line would be 0 or none for slope. And then the last one is negative 1 over 3. Alright, I'm going to work a few of these on the bottom using the point method. Okay, hopefully you've already worked these. Hit pause and double check yourself. And I just want to make a point about, please save yourself a lot of trouble and take a second to label x1, y1, x2, y2. I promise you it's worth it, and it will save errors. The other point I want to make is they seem to be making a big deal out of subtracting a negative, y2 minus y1. And so I want to make the point that two negatives together become a positive. And we would see that top and bottom on this one. And then again, we would see it on our number 6. So that is why we got the answers we did. Sorry. Okay, and then the last one, number 8. You should have been dividing a negative 5 by 0 by the end, and then that means undefined. Alright, so you probably should have hit pause and double check where you have made a mistake, assuming you have worked to this problem like you should have. Notice that I have labeled x1, y1, x2, y2. In this problem we are solving for something that's missing in our coordinate pairs, so they give us the slope. I'm just cross-multiplying. So I set up 4/3 is equal to, just like everything we've done before. And right here you see two negatives, so we would have made that a positive, like I did here. So again, you can see where I showed that we're using the distributive method. 4 times all of that, 3 times all of that. And when you work this out, you get 4r plus 8 equal 9 plus negative 21, that's 3 times negative 7, making negative 21. Here's where I used my claw method and took my positive 8 over the parentheses, negative 8. If you total all those numbers correctly, you should get a negative 20. Divide both sides by 4, and I get r equal negative 5. And pay no attention to that one, I wrote down the wrong number. The next one down, this would be question 10, is actually negative 13. I'm not going to work through all of that. Okay, number 11, again, I haven't taught you exactly how to do that. You could have at least found the slope. If you wanted to pick a couple of these points, you could have figured out that the slope part of the equation is 3 over 1. But the whole equation would have been y equal, or f of x equal, 3x minus 5. So one of the steps that we would have used by longhand to figure out this 3 part, the slope part, is to take 2 points and subtract them just like we've been doing in the above problems. Okay, so that's going to be how that works here in a week or so. And then if you did the distributive property correctly and cross-multiplied these guys, then you should have gotten 12n minus 18 equal 5n plus 10. And once you worked all that out, you should have gotten n equal 4. And it looks like I ended up working almost all of these. And lastly, hopefully you have picked the correct slope. It is b, -4/7. The secret word that you will write on your homework paper to show me that you listened to this is Renaissance. Renaissance. Good night.